Students, I have uploaded separate video lectures on Thomas Wyatt's contribution, Henry Howard's contribution, and Shakespeare's contribution to English sonnets during Elizabethan age. But in today's lecture, we want to discuss what are the important elements or features of Elizabethan sonnets. We see that during Elizabethan age, that means during the second half of the 16th century, this period has been considered as a golden period in the history of English literature, and it has been hailed as a nest of singing birds by majority of the historians of English literature. Why? Because it was during this period that we find hundreds of poets who are publishing fantastic melodious songs and sonnets, and that's why this age is known as the age of Sonneteers. Who were the major Sonneteers of this age? Then you can see the whole journey of writing sonnets in English literature begins with Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard. They imitated the Italian petrarchan style of writing sonnets. They used to write sonnets in octaves and sestes, a stanza of 8 and a stanza of 6 lines. Now, after Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard, we have Sir Philip Sidney, Edmund Spenser, William Shakespeare. They changed the format of writing sonnets, and instead of 2 stanzas, now Shakespeare changed it into 3 quatrains and 1 couplet, and that was followed by Henry Constable, Daniel, Michael Drayton, and so many others. What are the important features of Elizabethan sonnets? Then I have listed 7 important features of these Elizabethan sonnets. Number 1 is that most of the sonnet writers, they were writing sonnets in sequence. Okay, 12 collections of sonnet sequences were published from 1593 to 1596. So most of the sonneteers, they published the sonnets in sequence. Number 2, all the sonnets were addressed to one lady whom these poets loved. Okay, now this lady was mostly a real lady of their personal lives, or sometimes in some poets, in cases of some poets, you find the lady of imagination. Third important thing that you commonly see in all these sonnets is that after Sir Philip Sidney, Shakespearean form of writing sonnets in quatrains and couplet, that became more popular. Moreover, most of the Elizabethan sonneteers, they followed the French writers, French poets. Okay, so French writers, they were their masters, their models, right? Mostly in Elizabethan sonnets, love was the central theme. Number 6, Elizabethan sonnets are marked by the flight of imagination. There was much amount of imagination which played an important role to make these songs, these sonnets, fabulous sonnets. There was much height of poetic genius that was visible among all these poets. And last important thing is that these Elizabethan sonneteers, they were also the great masters of art of versification. Okay, they knew how to make their poetry melodious and musical. So they were singable songs. The sonnets written during this age, they were highly musical and melodious. All in all, you please remember these 7 characteristics. If you want some more detailed notes on Shakespeare as a sonneteer, Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard as sonneteers, then I have uploaded these videos also on my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you.